We are starting off the video with Canada as we have the Labrador duck. During the winter, it migrates to New Jersey and New England, but during the summer, it goes to breed in Labrador and northern Quebec. It is actually quite unknown on how it went extinct, and even though it was occasionally hunted for food, it was considered to have a bad taste, with its last sighting being in 1878 in Elmira, New York. For the United States, we have the passenger pigeon. These pigeons lived across most of North America, and being one of the most populous birds in North America, being in the billions. But despite all of this, they were constantly hunted for food by the people, and in 70 years, they went extinct with the last individual dying in 1914. Now we're in Mexico as we have the Mexican grizzly bear. They used to live in the northern parts of Mexico and was the smallest subspecies of the brown bear in North America. But they were seen by local farmers as pests as they would kill their cattle, so by the 1930s, there were barely any Mexican grizzlies in Mexico, and by 1964, they were declared extinct. Next is Guatemala as we have the Atitlan grebe, also called the giant grebe or the giant pied-billed grebe. It was endemic to Lake Atitlan, which is about 130.1 square kilometers. But when the smallmouth bass and the largemouth bass were introduced to the lake, not only did it reduce the crabs and fishes that the grebes ate, but they also killed grebe chicks. And the last sighting of them was in 1989, and they were declared extinct the same year. Next is the country of Belize, which has the beautiful armadillo. This species of armadillo lived during the Pleistocene of North and South America. Despite not being a megafauna, it went extinct along with them 13,000 years ago. This is the country of Honduras, and it includes the Little Swan Island hutia. This was a species of rodent that lived on Little Swan Island, which is owned by Honduras. They were fairly common on the island, but in 1955, Hurricane Janet hit Little Swan Island, which possibly killed off the Little Swan Island hutia, and even if they did survive the hurricane, house cats were introduced to the islands. The country of El Salvador has the Borophagus hilly. This extinct species of canid was part of the genus Borophagus of the subfamily Borophaginae and lived from the late Miocene to the early Pliocene, or about 5.3 to 3.6 million years ago. Now we have the country of Nicaragua as we have the Neochorus, an extinct capybara genus which lived across North and South America and lived during the Pleistocene, with the last of them becoming extinct 12,000 years ago. Next is Costa Rica, which has the famous golden toad. This small species of toad lived in a very small area of 4 square kilometers in an area north to the city of Monteverde. Its cause of extinction was climate change because the changes in temperature encouraged the fungal disease chytridiomycosis, which killed all the toads in 2 years, with the last sighting being in 1989. And finally, we have Panama, which has the Chulabrasuchus mesoamericanus. This species of caiman was discovered in 2013 in the Culebra Formation. It lived from the early to mid-Miocene, or about 20.6 to 16.3 million years ago. And that's the end of the video. This will become a series, so expect more videos like this in the future. And if you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe.